What's going on, my crew? This is Jay. Welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures, and in a little bit I want to try and go caving somewhere, but for now we're gonna talk because I haven't recorded in a week, and all of you should know why, because I released a video telling you all that I was gonna be gone for roughly a week, to kind of refresh some things. I want to talk about the whys and all that stuff. Just need to find some torches. I think we're gonna have to make some. Okay, so took a vacation from the YouTube channel because I felt like my episodes and all that stuff were really lacking in sustenance. And you know, at the beginning of the year, I made this sort of, I don't even know what to call it, a resolution, I guess, that I was going to make a video for every day and really stick to that. And because at the time that I did that, I was really sort of always distracted with something, and never really paid attention to what we needed to do and how often I should record things and all that stuff. So there was no consistency. But once I got the consistency down, I found it hard to start working on what was really important, which is the content. And, oh, here we go, right off the bat. Die. There we go. Which is most important. And, I don't know, I felt like I was drowning in a way, because you know, you make a video, you make a video, you make a video, you make a video, and eventually you just realize none of this is working. Well, this is a disappointment. What do we got for blocks? Let's tower up. And one of the reasons for that is I think I was just getting burnt out on Minecraft. Minecraft is fun. It's my favorite game, and don't think that all of a sudden now I'm not going to play it anymore. But, you know, when you build, and then one day, whoops, one day you get to the place where you're like, I don't know what I want to do anymore, you know? And we have our Roman city and all that stuff, but one of the things that, you know, about all this is that it's gonna take time, but I need to work at it. I can't just expect it to get done on its own, so I need to actually take time and work on it as a thing. And I think I just have problems accepting that fact, you know. It's hard to get a project and then stick with it with me. And there's a few things that I want to sort of come out and tell you guys about that stuff. And I'm not using this as an excuse, but I was realizing, you know, one of the staples of Kurt J. Mack is that he's introverted. And that's not one of the reasons why people watch him necessarily, but it allows people that are like him to relate to him and ask questions and help themselves to really find out they're not alone. And it's not something that, that being introversion, is not something that, ooh, baby. Okay, that's what's happening. Introversion is not something that needs to be something that's scary. It can be something that's accepted, and it's hard because in a world that's extroverted, a lot of people feel like, you know, I'm weird. I don't fit in, and it's one of these things where, first of all, you shouldn't need to ever feel like you need to fit in. Learn to love yourself. But secondly, it's normal. You know, ironically, it is fitting in being yourself, because everybody's different unless you're a murderer or something like that. But most of us aren't. So, anyways, part of my problem here is that I have a not a disease and not a disorder, but a lot of people label it as such. The common term for it is ADHD, and that stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Now, what this is... Ooh, it's a cave. Is it a real cave? And if that didn't prove it, I don't know what does. No, but seriously, I have a hard time concentrating on things. And typically, I have two things going on at one time, and I can't not have two things going on at one time. And my brain, the way it works is I'm almost constantly... Whoa, when did they hype up the mobs? Holy cow. Typically, my brain activity is really, really active. Holy crap. Whoa, we need to get into a house. This is crazy. Oh, block us in. There we go. Don't have to worry now. Move out of the way. There we go. Nice and safe. Alright, let me finish my thought, and then I think I'll wait till the morning to get back to it. Anyways, hyperactivity disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I usually have many things going on in my mind at once. And sometimes when you get into what's called a funk, your mind starts to really focus on that bad thing. It's called hyperfocus. And so that's what happened to me this week. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get back to the morning. Alright, we're back. I think we're going to have to deal with a little bit of resistance. Okay, close this up. There we go. Alright, let me take out some of these guys. Oh, hey! A little inappropriate there. Alright, so, as we were talking about in the past, by the way, I've already explored that, so don't. Oh, biscuit. There we go. Okay, let's take out the remainder of these, because I want to save these villagers if I can. Why does it do that? That's like a glitch and a half. Come on, get your programming right. Alright. Take this guy out. Take these guys out. Okay, so let's get back to it. What I was saying before is that I was hyper-focusing this last week. There's several things accounted for that. For one was this girl that I was really, really interested in, which pretty much consumed my mind, and really hyper-focused on that. And I got really disappointed as time went on, and I just felt like I wasn't getting any results with it and all this stuff. And, whenever you're interested in somebody, the first thing you think about is not the other person. You think about yourself. Perfectly normal. I can't seem... Let's hang out on the plains and see if we can't find a nice cave. Which is sort of the opposite of what you'd expect, because most of the time you think, well, I'm in love with this person, and I'd do anything to get them, which is not the case with this particular person, but I certainly would like to have them in my life. The first thing you should think about is them. How do they feel? What's going on with them? Are they even open to a relationship right now? Which, just as an update, this person is kind of interested in another guy as well, and right now it's not... I'm sort of biased, but just to put it in perspective, I think her relationship with him would be a toxic one. But I'm not gonna try and make them break up. not that they're dating, but make her forget about him and try and date me and all this stuff. So don't think I'm gonna like chase after her or something like that. But certainly there's still chemistry between us, and I still want to stay friends. And I think through that, if there ever is a moment where we could ever end up together, that's how it would happen, is by keeping friends with her, but don't stick yourself in the friend zone, guys, or girls, because girls can get there too. If you're gonna be a friend, be a friend. If you're interested and don't want to be friends, and by being friends, that means you don't get all the we'll call it benefits of being a boyfriend. You know, like kissing and cuddling and holding hands and all that gross stuff. Anyways, back to the whole reason I'm talking about this. So, a little disappointment there with that, and also just I felt like last week I had done nothing, and the week before that I had done nothing, just because I was so consumed with things, which you guys can see immediately becomes this self-consuming cycle of just almost depressive-like symptoms, and but it's very easy to get out of it, which is funny. And the way you get out of it is you take some time to yourself, and you stop everything, all your commitments that you can, and you just take some time to yourself and really reflect on what's causing this, and reflect on how you, as a person, can go about fixing it. And of course, for me, that's getting confidence up and saying, you know what, Jay, at least you asked her out, and that's a step in the right direction. Now just move on, and that's the key. So I'm not really concerned about finding a girl right now. I'm sort of gonna take it as it happens. With YouTube and all this stuff, and in the day and age that we live in, the chances of me finding a girl are so much greater than they were before. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Just as an example, I don't know who I'm going to meet on YouTube. I don't know who I'm going to meet in real life. I may go to Minecon one year and meet the love of my life. I don't know. And, whoa, let's go check that out. And it's one of these things where I think people get caught up by the fact that, I gotta go find a girlfriend. I gotta do this. And certainly, it's a good idea to find someone you can trust and feel like you can be with before, you're 40 years old and all that. But, whoa. This is what we call a chunk misplacement. This happens when you get a new update sometimes. You can have these weird structures start to form, which means that this map is old. I'm not going to reset it, but there may be a few other things like that. So we'll have to consider that. Oh, let's go check out this. This one looks good. So yeah, that's sort of what was going on, and I want you guys to realize, if you have ADHD, first of all, I wouldn't look at it as a disorder, and don't get down on yourself if you feel like, well, this is just the way I am and I have to live with it. There are a lot of benefits. To being a person with ADHD, and I hope that I can eventually get to talking about that in a later episode. But don't sweat it. Take it one day at a time, and just realize that it's the person you are, and accept that. And there's so many things online that I see that unfortunately are not helpful. And I really feel like this needs to be something that people can feel like they're normal about, and don't have to feel like, because everything I looked up online, and it actually depressed me more, said, well, you need to go see a psychiatrist, you need to go get help, you need to make sure that you take medication for this, and all this stuff. And if you're on some sort of medication for your ADHD, don't get off it. But for me, that hasn't ever taken medication, has learned through coping mechanisms, I really feel like there's a better way, because it's a behavioral thing. It's not something that's like introversion. Let's take for instance, okay? Introversion we've accepted as a personality, but society as a whole has said, well, introversion is something you have to overcome. You have to be a big person that makes lots of friends, and if you don't, then you're awkward and weird. And if that's the case, we won't accept you into our society. I feel like the same thing is that way of ADHD. People are like, well, it's a disorder. But you don't medicate introversion. You, at the very least, tell people how to cope with it so that they can be in society. But it's not a problem. So, even though I say these coping mechanisms and all that stuff, don't let even that get you down. Because we have to live in a extroverted, normal, prone society. So, you have to take it one step at a time and learn not how you fit in the society, but you need to learn how to accept your differences, but also know what is acceptable. Social norms and different protocols and stuff. Like, in the military, you have to do a certain thing. In society, sometimes you just have to accept certain things. And I'm hoping in the future I can help people like myself to learn how to do that without, I don't want to say being ostracized, but learn how to show people your energy and what makes you you, but learning how to do it appropriately. Let's put it that way. But anyways, guys, thanks for listening. And I hope, at least for some of you out there that feel like I'm depressed and all this stuff because I can't get out of this funk. And you know that you have ADHD or ADD. I hope that helps you. Just take some time away and even just sit in a room and don't think about your problems. Think about the blessings that you have. Count your blessings. And it's going to be hard because you don't want to, but just do it anyways. Write down things that are happy for you and things that are going for you. And even if it's just, I'm breathing, and be thankful for that. And pretty soon you'll find yourself getting out of your funk. And yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'm going to head back after I get a lot of iron, because we need a lot for railroad tracks. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, happy mining and crafting.